While you may have already seen this footage of the double rally going on, trust me when I tell you there's a lot of insight in this video which has not been in any other video. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the Gekko. Another day, another video for you guys. We start where we left off. John is shielded, one rally, failed that Alliance Fortress, and it is time for the double rally. Now you guys have seen the footage because a couple of other YouTubers, Ronnie and Shinchi, already made videos about this, but there are a couple of things that they left out as they weren't on the ground getting the reports and getting the strategy live. As you can see, I'm in PGNS. This is the first report of what was in the fort before the attack started. There's a massive amount of tier 5s in there, and there is a lot more coming. Pretty much as the first rally marches, there are a couple of things I want to touch on. If you guys want me to cover any of your wars, in the description you'll find my Discord group and you'll find me in it. Hit me up on Discord, let me know where you are, which kingdom, which alliance. I will make an account, join you guys, keep it very quiet, even if you're planning wars for a little days ahead. And trust me when I tell you, we will cover them and cover them well. The thing about this double rally that is super, super important is not only the fact that it's a double rally, but there are three components in here that are very well thought of that are very important to notice. The first one is the directions from which the two rallies came in. The whole point was to have the rallies further away from each other on two different sides of the fort. The reason for that, we will discuss in a little bit, but keep in mind that when they had to synchronize these two rallies, the idea of them coming from two different areas, two different sides of the fort was very well thought of. As you see, double rally going on, and you can already see Funky Beast sending his first set of reinforcements to the fort. The main theme of this rally is straight up Funky Beast. That guy is absolutely the MVP of this Alliance Fortress. The thing about Alliance Fortresses is, once the Alliance Fortress starts burning, aka you kill everything in it and win the rally, it will burn for a long time. Now, for some reason, AV were not about to lose these rallies. They were all about not letting these rallies win no matter what. So Funky Beast had to do a lot of work, as you guys will see in a little bit, to hold. But he really didn't have to. Quite honestly, if you guys are in a pinch where you're getting double rallied or even rallied and you do not want to be losing that many troops trying to hold the Alliance Fortress, let it go. Because honestly, what will happen is it'll burn and it'll start slowly losing health. But for it to completely break, once it's built, once it's 100% built, it's not under construction, it will take a good day worth of burning for it to actually break. With that being said, if your enemy goes to sleep and doesn't keep an eye on it 24/7 for the next probably day or two, you can extinguish it with 50 gems and let it heal up. These guys did not want to get to that point. These guys wanted to make sure their fortress does not burn, and therefore ended up paying a very heavy price. If you ask me, it was pointless if they let it burn and then within the hour sent a couple more troops in as our guys from PGNS kind of fell asleep or didn't pay attention. It could have ended completely differently. But these guys really wanted to hold. So the first thing I can tell you is that their hold was pretty much done by one guy, and you will see in a little bit. And secondly, it was a little bit of a waste, but good for them for holding. The second most important thing going on in here are battles happening right next to the rallies. Now, Ronnie kind of covered this in his video, explaining how there are a couple of fights going on right on top of the Alliance Fortress. If you guys look right now, you will see a Joan of Arc and a Charles Martel. Well, the Charles Martel is the fortress, but you'll see a Joan of Arc on the on the middle left of the fortress, and I think I'm blocking the other Joan of Arc, which is right next to Funky Beast's castle city. And these are pretty much two fights going on to the side. Now, the reason those fights are going on is that there are two people there who have Joan of Arc, Cleopatra, and Richard in the fight. one person has Cleo and Joan, and someone else has Richard and whatever fourth commander. Why is that? Well, Cleopatra has a first skill, the Queen of Kings, which once it's triggered, your nearby troops, your friendly troops nearby, will gain an extra 15% defense for 2 seconds, meaning 2 rounds, 2 turns of the fight. They get an extra 15% defense. On top of that, Joan's Divine Revelation gives you an extra 30% of all sorts of different goodies for a couple of seconds as well, giving you a few turns worth of buffs as well. On top of that, Richard has Soul of Crusader. Now, Soul of Crusader debuffs by 30% the enemy troops nearby. So what they did is they placed the 2 rallies in a very further away part. That way, because they're different alliances, they would be considered enemy armies. And they got it so that the Richards and the Joans and everything are close to the rallies that are only their rallies and the fort. And that way, when the debuffs happen, they happened only to the fortress and not to the second rally, which was hitting the fortress. This is why it is so important to note that Frederick is on one side of the fort, while Hannibal is on the complete other. And that's how they ensured that the debuffs don't hurt each other, but the buffs do help them. And the debuffs hurt the fortress. So that's a very, very important, valuable lesson at coordinating double rallies. At the end of the day, their location matters because you're going to want to have a few of your members, someone who drops the alliance and someone else from the alliance who has Cleopatra's Queen of Kings maxed out, Joan's Divine Revelation maxed out, Richard's Soul of Crusader maxed out, and whatever fourth commander you want, and have them fighting close to your rally, but further from your friend's rally, but also hitting the fortress. That's a very, very cool, very well coordinated thing these guys did, which is fantastic. Now here's the deal. When it comes to rallies, there is an unfortunate situation where defense has an obscene advantage. Especially when it comes to forts, when it comes to flags, when it comes to defending, there's an obscene amount of advantage. Why is that? It's because when you are in a rally, you're allowed to have up to 1 march inside that rally. And as you guys can see, the first rally right here, out the window. The second rally is still going strong. Unfortunately, it seems that the guys at PGNS could not get more reinforcements, could not get the job done. And that was that. The rally went out the window. KcV are still going strong. Stone is one of the strongest players out there. It's just people just keep joining, and they're just doing their best to get the Alliance Fortress. But the thing is, you can only have 1 march per player in the rally. And if you guys notice, Funky Beast keeps taking troops out and putting them back in, taking troops out and putting them back in. The reason for that is when it comes to defending, there's absolutely no limit on how many marches you can have within the fortress. I mentioned earlier in this video that this fortress was pretty much held by one guy. And that one guy is Funky Beast. Throughout the video, and if you guys haven't noticed it, go back, because he just did it as we speak. He takes out a march, it heals all its slightly wounded troops, and he sends it right back in. And he does that over and over with 5 marches inside the rally, inside the fortress. 5 marches inside the fortress. I don't want to spoil too much, but when we look at the end of the report and everything, you guys are gonna see Funky Beast's name a lot on that report. A lot. Why? Because he kept sending troops in and out over and over and over. And as we're speaking, one set of troops of his left the fortress. And guess what? Within the next couple of seconds, we're going to see him send another set of troops in. So while Stone was doing his very, very, very best to hold, to fight, and there goes Funky Beast once again gets into the fortress, it was just an uphill battle. It did not matter how many people from KcV kept joining the rally, and people kept joining. Look at how much time rally number 2 is going on. after rally number 1 fell. And yet that fort seems to not be moving an inch in health. So basically, this was an unbelievably well done attack by KcV and PGNS. But Funky Beast, who once again took troops out of the fortress and once again is putting troops back in, was not having it. He was not having it, guys. He was just not gonna let this burn. Was it the smartest thing by him? Probably not. He probably lost a substantial amount of troops doing this. He could have just let it burn, waited for a couple of minutes till these guys started looking at different directions, and sent 5 marches right back into that fortress, extinguished it, and then once again a rally would have had to be summoned. They couldn't just get it burning. In the meantime, while the rally is being summoned and organized, the fortress would have healed up, and then you can do that over and over and over. Let them burn it, make them go back, make them not pay attention, then you send your troops back in. That is the correct thing to do. If you guys want to hold on to your fortress, as once again, this annoying guy takes troops out of the fortress to put more in, just like that, the smarter thing to do, the most efficient thing to do is let the fortress burn, let these guys get distracted, send 5 marches in, extinguish it. Now they cannot solo it. They gotta rally, which means at least 5 minutes worth of rally setting up, plus another 2-3 minutes of the rally marching, plus another few minutes of the rally hitting the fortress. All that time, you already extinguished your fortress, which cost only 50 gems. And guess what? It healed up. It healed up such a substantial amount that it'll take them another 2-3 hours worth of burning to make up that time. And therefore, that would have been the correct play. As I mentioned, Funky Beast was not having it. And some of you guys told me you guys want to see the rallies at the regular rate of speed, which is why I'm kind of rambling through it, because honestly, what else can be said except to watch this beauty in action? I personally prefer it to be a shorter video where the rally is a bit sped up so we don't have to see these repetitive things. If you guys agree with me, leave me a comment down below and let me know. I will speed it up again if you guys tell me you prefer the video to be a bit shorter but the action a bit faster. Quite honestly, this was a very, very cool thing to watch live. I'm very thankful to PGNS for being as collaborative with me and sending me all the reports and all the things and letting me know ahead of time. Guys, if you guys want me to cover your kingdom, let me know in Discord down below. If you guys are planning a war, if the war is breaking, and you guys can let me into one of the alliances that is fighting, I will definitely join it as the rally breaks. Tons of sad faces, and the alliance fortress remains, and Funky Beast once again sends troops in. Now this is the report from the attack. It was an insane attack. 600,000 dead. A lot of tier 5s dead. A lot of tier 5s dead from Sir John. But that was a straight up hold. Look at Funky Beast. 1. And then you got a few other people. And then 2. And then 3. And then 4. And 5. 5 marches. And 6. There is... You know how many marches there were in there? You guys are going to see the report from the perspective of AV in a moment, where we can see all the amounts of troops that joined from their side or left from their side to see how the defense was done. You guys can see massive losses by the PGNS guys. Massive, massive losses. Look at as AV, slowly and steadily you see all these guys trying to join, trying to help, all these fights going on. But then, look at this, okay? Look at how many times you're about to see Funky Beast on this report. Look at this. That is Funky Beast 10 times. Going out and coming back in, and going out and coming back in, and going out and coming back in. That is the second rally's report. KcV also lost a ginormous amount of troops. 663,000 to the 266 of theirs. I think it was a total of 1.2 million dead on PGNS and KcV total versus the 500,000, 500 something thousand on the AV side. This was unbelievable. But this is not the end of the war, ladies and gentlemen. The war is just beginning. If you guys want me to keep covering Kingdom 82, you guys make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. and turn on the bell so you get a notification every time I upload a video about this war. There's a couple of more wars being planned out as we speak, and I'm already infiltrated into a couple of alliances who are quietly planning their next war. If you guys want me to cover you, you guys know what to do. I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you guys like these types of videos, again, make sure you smash the like button. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys have seen. Maybe I missed an insight of this rally. Until the next time, you guys have a great weekend. We have Free to Play Friday coming up tomorrow. We have the stream on Saturday, and we have a special Tuesday birthday stream coming up. It's my birthday on Tuesday, and we'll be streaming it together. So I'll see you guys there. If you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything, you guys know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, in the description, all that good stuff. As we see the rest of the reports, this is the report from AV's point of view, which was kind of gnarly. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty insane. So, yeah, until the next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.